This might be controversial, but having an aesthetic doesn't mean you have personal style. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about personal style. Is it a real thing, or is it just, yeah, another buzzword? Let's talk about it for a minute. I would say this, as someone who got to find their personal style very early on, I think I'm in a good place to actually talk about this. I can add 1 or 2 cents to this. It's not gospel. You don't have to agree with me or disagree with me, but I think it's still a conversation worth having. If you're new on this channel, my name is Banke. On here we talk mostly about fashion, bits and bobs of beauty, a touch of lifestyle, and anything in between, because we are multifaceted over here. And if you're returning, hey, welcome back to my channel. Let's start this conversation by saying this. Having an aesthetic doesn't mean you have personal style. Having personal style is very multi-dimensional. So that's why I say if you have like one specific aesthetic, you're not really exploring the full spectrum of one, your personality, because you don't have just one personality. And 2, fashion on its own is an art. It's a form of expression. If you're only saying one thing like permanently, how is that self-expression? Only if you don't have a huge personality, then I guess, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I don't think it's actually possible to say you're owning your style and you have a personal style, and yet still you only wear one color of a spectrum, or you only wear specific things. I mean, if you actually dip into that, you'd understand what I'm talking about. Personal style doesn't mean that there's no evolution. Because you like something right now, like today, like this moment, it doesn't mean that you can't outgrow that or you can't change your mind about it. If you actually weigh it properly, you would see that most people with personal style actually evolve a lot. Maybe not rapidly, but they do evolve. There's a lot of evolution within that. As we get older, as we get influenced by certain things, there's a lot of external influences. There's also, you know, I mean, we will talk about it, and I will talk about my personal style. I think definitely I can use myself as an example of how I got to understand my personal style and the things that actually influence my personal style. And also, I think with the pace that we are consuming things at the moment, and I think this is why this word personal style became such a key thing. The pace, and I don't know, the pace that we consume fashion and the rate that we want to express ourselves and the way we want to fit in and everything that's just screaming in our ears, there's a lot of distraction. Like so much distraction, and this distraction costs us a lot of money, 1, and 2, you just lose your personality and your actual focus on certain things because we're getting lost in everything. That's why we need to keep coming back to this conversation of who are you and what is actually your style. Now let's get into me. I said I was going to use myself as an example of how I discovered my personal style, and again touch on how much it's evolved with time, etc. I define how I discovered my personal style with the acronym BBL. So body type, budget, and lifestyle. Now let's get into the first one. With my body type, I'm quite busty, I would say petite, so I'm 5'2.5". Not smallish waist, so I would say I'm a size 10, but I kind of have always been on the small side, but with big busts. I don't have any hips. I'm kind of like just straight down, big bust and straight down, but quite small. So I already know what I'm working with. With my body type, I got to understand what type of fabrics would work on me, what kind of styles would work on me, what kind of shapes would work on me. Literally, not everything is gonna work with a busty girl. We all know that, and I got to understand that. I got to accept it. I experimented with a lot of things growing up, and I decided, no, this is actually how I can express myself in a way that makes me feel comfortable and confident. I lean into classic silhouettes, so your shirts, your t-shirts, and within that I can jazz things up. Moving on to my next thing, which is budgets. Obviously everyone has different budgets. I know there's a lot of noise. I feel like there's a lot of noise as well at the moment as to what people should spend their money to buy. That's not me. I never preach that. Literally go where your budgets can afford. You would get some high-end stuff in my wardrobe, same as some basic high street stuff. Like this full outfit is H&M. I feel super, I feel like myself. I wouldn't even say I feel expensive or cheap or whatever. I just feel like me. And that's it, full stop. But this shirt could be from anywhere else. It could be a luxury shirt that I've spent £800 on. I would still feel the same. I literally would still feel the same. With whatever budgets you have, you should be able to still find things that make you feel like you. And don't fall into that trap of, oh, it has to be like super expensive or anything like that. No. I know where my budget is. I know what I can afford. I go for the things that I can afford. I don't break my bank to wear things because one, it's trendy, or two, because I've seen someone else wearing it and I need to have it, or anything like that. I literally just look at my own bank balance and go, this is what you can afford, and that's it. That's it, literally. Thirdly, my lifestyle. My lifestyle, I would say, is one of the biggest influences in the way I dress. Back in the day, I would buy things because I like them. I'll wear it one day. But that day just never comes. And I know people say buy things maybe for a rainy day. You never know when the occasion will turn up. You don't need a full wardrobe of things for that one day. What you really need is something for every day. So that's how I kind of think about my wardrobe. When I shop, I'm like, can I wear this for the current lifestyle that I have? Ask yourself this question. If it's just for a rainy day, if you have a small stock of rainy day clothes, can you repeat those? I own it. I repeat my clothes. I've worn the same outfit to 3 or 4 different Christmas parties before. I'm not ashamed to repeat my clothes. That's me. But that's how I maximize my wardrobe. It's because I actually love this clothes that I have. I like the clothes in my wardrobe. I'm not afraid to repeat them. And some of these people they only see me that one time. Why am I dressing up for people that's only going to see me one time? How I will make it different from the last time is perhaps accessorize in a different way. You know, wear different shoes. Have my hair in a different way. Have a different bag. That's enough. I don't need different clothes for occasions that only turns up like once a year. Write it down. What do you do 90% of your time, or maybe 80% of your time? That's what your wardrobe should reflect. With that said, those 3 pillars are my pillars. BBL, my pillars. If I see something that I like, first question to myself is, 1, is it going to fit me? 2, do I have the money for this? And 3, where am I going with this? When you realize those 3 things, you actually start finding things that are unique within that. For example, I have about 4 or 5 white shirts. I can think maybe my next white shirt can have something different in it, maybe like a different pattern or some extra sprinkle, like I say. So whatever represents or whatever mirrors your personality, you can start building them around yourself until you're fully fortified, until you have a wardrobe and go, you know what, someone calls me up at 8 p.m. at night, which is the time no one calls me, and says, Banker, we need to be here and there. Immediately I have something for it. And that's how it should work. That's how your wardrobe should work. Even when there's a trend, because I'm not anti-trend at all. Like, I would tap into trends. Trends are one of the ways you can communicate to people on a social level that you actually are aware of what's going on. And it's okay to tap into those. So for example, cargo trousers. You like them. You can see it's going to become a trend. You want to tap into it, which is absolutely fine. But the questions you need to ask yourself, okay, what kind of style of cargo trouser should I go for? You know, if you have a certain type of body build, does the oversized baggy style going to suit you, or are you looking for some? Would you look for something with, you know, with a different silhouette? And there's always going to be something for someone within trends, especially on the high streets. Once it goes on the high streets, I know you would find something for yourself. And then ask, can I find it something that suits my budget? And then you go, but hold on a minute, where am I going with this? Monday to Friday, you work in a place that you can't really wear those trousers. Okay, so you have Saturday and Sunday. Bearing in mind, this trend is going to come and it's going to go. How do I get my cost per wear out of this for the period that this item is trending? Can you see what I'm saying? So then you can evaluate if it's actually worth your money, or if it's worth the trends that you can tap into. If it's something that you can foresee that is going to actually be a permanent thing in your wardrobe, say you've seen the trends before in the past, you already have bits and bobs of it in your wardrobe, and you know for sure even after this trend kind of like just fades away, you can still own it, like you'd still wear it with your full chest. I know, listen, I don't care if this trend is here or there, I'm still wearing this. It's your personal style, it's your personal thing, you feel good in it. Then you can make that decision of, yes, I'm going to invest in this trend. I'm not just buying it because I want to wear it within the 4 months that it's trending. I want to buy it so that even when it's gone, because it obviously is going to fade off from the stores, so even when it's gone, you still have it and you can still wear it whenever you want and wherever you like. I hope this video actually helps someone. So if you're someone who's still trying to define or find your personal style, I hope this video helps you. Also, if you're someone that's already found your personal style, just let us know. Like, you can leave it in the comments. What are the things, or how are the ways that you helped yourself to find your personal style? So again, if any of these tips that I've mentioned is part of your tricks, let me know in the comment section below. I'm going to leave this video here because I don't really want this video to be too long. It's just it's a conversational video. It's a video that I want us to all be able to chime in, get something out of it, and take something away. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Also, to remind you, if you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on my other social media platforms, on Instagram and on TikTok. I'll leave all the links you need in the description box below. And until next time, take care guys. Bye.